So in breaking news, Darius Washington has officially signed his restricted free agent tender with the Baltimore Ravens. Roquan Smith already putting in that work with Trenton Simpson. Kyle Hamilton and Tyler Linderbaum, they ain't worried about the contracts because they know it's on the way. Team Keep It Clean, we got a lot to talk about. Before we get into it, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and leave a like on the video because it helps out a ton, and I don't want y'all missing anything when it comes to updates on our Baltimore Ravens. Also, this Thursday for the first round of the draft, we're going to be having a draft party at Union Hill Kitchen and Craft Bar in Baltimore. Y'all make sure y'all come through. The address for the location is down below in the description. It's in the pinned comment, so you have no excuse as to why you will not be there. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. We're going to be there with 410 Sports Talk. James and Glenn, they're going to be holding it down. It's going to be a great time. Everybody is invited. Everybody is invited. Everybody is invited. So come through. I love y'all, team. Keep it clean. Let's get to it. So, Darius Washington, we know that the Baltimore Ravens, they signed him to a tender, right of first refusal, and other teams had an opportunity to sign Darius Washington to an offer sheet, but we ain't heard that any team signing to an offer sheet. Darius Washington didn't sign any offer sheets from any other teams. Therefore, the deadline came and went for that. So Darius Washington, the only offer that he ended up having was from the Baltimore Ravens. And today, he officially signed his restricted free agent tender worth a little more than $3.2 million. And I love that. I think we should love this for the Baltimore Ravens because Darius Washington, he's like, look, I ain't getting no offer sheet from any other team. Well, I ain't signed no offer sheet from any other team. I ain't playing no games because he could have waited it out. But really, he's in a situation where even if he waited it out, he can't negotiate no long-term deal with the Ravens. He can't do anything. It was either you play for the Baltimore Ravens and you sign a tender, or you don't sign a tender and you don't play at all. And obviously the Baltimore Ravens, they would have had to rescind it for him to go somewhere else, but they didn't and they weren't, and he's with the Baltimore Ravens. So this should be a good year, another good year for Darius Washington. I'm excited to see the role that they have Darius Washington in. Obviously the draft, that could change some things depending on what the Baltimore Ravens do or don't do and how early they do it. I'm expecting a safety to be picked within their first two picks, either first or second round. I expect them to take safety early because with Darius Washington, I wonder what their thoughts are on Darius Washington, like how they view him for the future. Could they be like, look, let's see how this year plays out, and then we could possibly maybe sign Darius Washington to like a 2 or 3 year deal. Obviously, you got Kyle Hamilton, though. You're going to definitely be paying him. So are you going to be paying two safeties big time money? No. Darius Washington, right now, he's not going to command no crazy amount of money. He's going to command some significant dollars now. But right now, it ain't no crazy amount of money. Now, this year, with him playing with the Baltimore Ravens again, he does have an opportunity to really cash in next season. So I'm hoping for the best for him, obviously rooting for all of his success. So hope he gets his bag, whether it's with the Baltimore Ravens or it ends up being with somebody else. Most likely, it's probably going to be with somebody else, but you never know how these things could turn out. But I wonder if the Baltimore Ravens are like, you know what, Darius Washington, he's not going to be our safety for the future. Draft. And I expect them to do just that. That's why I expect them to draft the safety within the first two picks. 3 at the left, but I think within the first 2 picks, they're going to be taking a safety. Just my opinion. So we'll see what happens with that. But we glad that Darius Washington is here. He came through last year in a big way. After the first couple of years, they were a little shaky for him with injuries and whatnot. But last year, he was healthy. And Darius Washington, 5'9", 5'10", but he played like he 7'5". So we happy to have anybody like that on the Baltimore Ravens because he does exactly what that slogan is that they be hitting right before they hit the field. And he plays like a Raven. The Ravens season is already starting because a lot of them boys were back in the building for off-season workouts. So we getting there, y'all. Slowly but surely. We still got 4 months left, but that's okay. We're going to make it. But somebody that was back in the building was Roquan Smith, one of the leaders on the team. Baltimore Ravens starting inside linebacker for the past couple of years. And he has done been through some transitions with the Baltimore Ravens. He obviously got traded in the middle of the season a couple of years ago. So it was him and Patrick Queen initially, and he had to learn the defense, learn the system, and he got it. But then him and Patrick Queen, they had a full year together, and it was a beautiful thing. They were a perfect pair. I was hoping that we were going to be able to keep Patrick Queen, but it obviously didn't happen, and we get it. That's the logistics of things. It's looking like the same thing could happen with Kyle Hamilton and Darius Washington, but we'll cross that road when we get there. So then Trenton Simpson, he got inserted into the starting lineup last year. And a lot of us were excited for him and whatnot, especially after we saw in that final game of the regular season the previous year against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Trenton Simpson was flying all over the field, making tackles, making plays. It was like, okay, is this a preview for what's to come next year? But he struggled. He struggled big time. But also, in my opinion, I think early on this season, Roquan Smith, he was struggling a lot too. And I think one of the biggest reasons that he was struggling is a lot that was going on, or really not going on behind him at the safety position, because it wasn't pretty back there. Anyway, but the Baltimore Ravens have, of course, moved on from both of those safeties who were back there, Marcus Williams and Eddie Jackson. And once Kyle Hamilton and Ardarius Washington ended up being the safeties, everything with the defense got cleaned up. But somebody that got packed up with their starting spot ended up being Trenton Simpson, because the Baltimore Ravens, they ended up benching Trenton Simpson. They did a little bit of Malik Harrison, a little bit of Chris Board, so they had some other guys playing inside linebacker next to Roquan Smith. But Trenton Simpson, his role got reduced like crazy. And John Harbaugh, a couple of weeks ago in the presser, he talked about how he expects Trenton Simpson to be a starter again this season. And initially I was thinking, that's just Harbaugh talk. That's just Harbaugh just doing his thing like he normally does and whatnot. But Roquan Smith today, in the press conference, he talked about how he's been working to sort of build his bond with Trenton Simpson. So working on chemistry, working on their rapport. And that could help Trenton Simpson out so much. That could take him such a long way, because when you got a rapport with somebody that you're working with, it makes working together that much easier. It helps things flow that much smoother. And obviously with them being on the football field, things are moving at all times fast speeds. Nothing is going slow. Everything is quick, fast, and in a hurry. You got to think fast. You got to make quick decisions. You got to make the right decision. If you make the wrong decision, you got to recover from it. It's just so much that happens in seconds. And Roquan Smith, obviously a super smart player, very, very experienced player. He knows a lot of times he makes the right decisions more than the wrong ones. So with him, his ability, everything that he's been through, him just sharing that with Trenton Simpson, him trying to put Trenton Simpson on game, that could be a beautiful thing just to get Trenton Simpson up to speed. And hopefully Trenton Simpson can earn back that starting spot that he lost last year. Because the Baltimore Ravens, they lost Malik Harrison to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They lost Chris Board to, I believe, the New York Giants. So the guys that they had starting alongside Roquan Smith, they're gone. So Ravens got a hole there at inside linebacker. They did sign Jake Pummel, but he's mainly a special teamer. They signed him from the Rams. So Trenton Simpson, the opportunity is right there in front of him, but it's up to him to decide if he wants to take it or not. You know that feeling when you got money that you know is for sure, it's on the way. It's guaranteed that it's going to hit your account any second now. So you just like, you chilling, you feeling good, you feeling great. That's what it seems like is happening with Kyle Hamilton and Tyler Linderbaum. With Super Duper Kyle and Linda Flender, they were talking today at the presser at the Ravens offseason workouts, the start of Ravens offseason workouts, and they both pretty much had the same answers when they were asked about their contracts. Kyle Hamilton said, look, I ain't in no rush for it. I ain't worried about it. I'm going to let my agent handle it. And Tyler Linderbaum, he essentially said the same thing. But both of them, they know it's coming. They know it's happening. They know, like, it could happen this year. It could happen next year. It could actually happen in 2 years. But they know that for sure they are going to be getting their bread, because they are some of the best at their position. Tyler Linderbaum has been an amazing center for the Baltimore Ravens. It has been amazing to just have somebody that you know can be relied upon at the center position, to have a true center. Because before, the Ravens, they would do some mix and match, and they would have some guys that played some left guard at center, played some left tackle. So they would do some mixing and matching. But Tyler Linderbaum, when they drafted him, I was like, okay, cool. Center in the first round, it's not necessarily a sexy pick, but it's something that the Baltimore Ravens needed for sure. And then Kyle Hamilton, Super Duper Kyle, who was drafted a little before our guy Linda Flender. He, best safety in the world, without a doubt, without a question. And he continued to show that last year, even when he was playing, I can't say out of position because he's technically a safety, but Kyle Hamilton, his true position on the football field is baller, is playmaker. So he was sort of out of position last year, or he was restricted last year because they had him playing drop back safety when normally he's here, there, and everywhere. But for both of these guys, they know the money's on the way. They know they're going to get paid sooner or later. For the Baltimore Ravens' sake, they probably hope that it's sooner so they can go ahead and take care of it. But when you have that money coming and you, again, are continuing to be some of the best at your positions, you know that you're good. Now we reached my favorite part of these videos where we get to feature your questions. If you would like to take part in it, you can send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com or for the Team Keep It Clean patrons. And shout out to our patrons. You can send your question in the DM directly on there. If you would like to join the patrons and become one, you can go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids. Special shout out to all the Team Keep It Clean channel members as well. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody. Thank y'all for supporting. Now, first question came from my guy, Alex. He said, I choose who? Hey, bro, how's it going? Hope all is well with you and the family. I appreciate you, Alex. Hope everything is even better for you. He said, I saw a recent video. Shout out to the Rogue Pod. Shout out to my guy, Hendo, man. He said, mentioning 3 potential players the Ravens could try and get this offseason. The 3 players mentioned were Jair Alexander, Jalen Ramsey, and Kayvon Thibodeau. Like starting a new Pokemon game, and you can only choose one of the 3. Which player would you choose? I would choose, if it's me, I'm probably going, the order I would go, Jalen Ramsey, first and foremost, because we were just talking about Kyle Hamilton, the fact that he can play anywhere. His position is just baller. Jalen Ramsey is somebody that you could put in some different positions as well. You could have him at outside corner. You could put him at safety as well. Jalen Ramsey, very physical player, very smart player, and him being like him with the Dolphins defense, it was cool. It was straight. But him being with the Ravens defense, ooh, that would be even better. That would make his life a lot easier too. Oh, that would be a beautiful thing. So I would go Jalen Ramsey first. Then I would go Kayvon Thibodeau for the pass rush. Because he's getting to the end of his deal as well, the end of his rookie deal as well. So to get somebody that has produced, he ain't been the best, he certainly ain't been the worst, but to get even more quality, I can't call him depth, but to get even more quality at the pass rush position, and they get younger, they get somebody who's more proven than Adisa Isaac. It ain't nothing against him. He didn't really get much playing time last year, so I can't really speak on him. But David Ojabo, if you're going to go Kayvon Thibodeau versus David Ojabo, I'm sure you're going to pick Thibodeau. So to get somebody who's been healthy as well, I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. And then last but certainly not least, Jair Alexander. The reason why he's bottom on this list for me is because of the injuries. That's the reason why he would be ranked there, because of that. He said, also, I wish I could go to your NFL draft party, but I live in Canada. Hope to meet you one day. Hey, ain't nothing but a flight. No, I'm playing though. I mean, well, I ain't really playing because it ain't nothing but no, I get you. It's all good, my friend. It's all good. Just come through for the live stream. We'll see you there. He said, thanks again, GOAT, for everything. Your boy, Alex. GOAT. Somebody go back there or something. Maybe the GOAT helmet for the Baltimore Ravens, but me, GOAT? No, not at all. But I appreciate you, Alex. Thank you.